great and good friend, by a letter from your son, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, which has just been received, I am informed of the overwhelming affliction which has fallen upon your Majesty by the untimely death of His Royal Highness the late Prince Consort, Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg. The offer of condolence in such cases is a customary ceremony which has its good uses, though it is conventional and may sometimes be even insincere. But I would fain have your Majesty apprehend on this occasion that real sympathy can exist, as real truthfulness can be practiced in the intercourse of nations. The people of the United States are kindred of the people of Great Britain. With all our distinct national interests, objects, and aspirations, we are conscious that our moral strength is largely derived from that relationship, and we think we do not deceive ourselves when we suppose that by constantly cherishing cordial friendship and sympathy with the other branches of the family to which we belong, we impart to them not less strength than we derive from the same connection. Accidents, however, incidental to all states, and passions common to all nations, often tend to disturb the harmony so necessary and so proper between the two countries, and to convert them into enemies. It was reserved for your Majesty in sending your son, the heir apparent of the British throne, on a visit among us to inaugurate a policy destined to counteract these injurious tendencies, as it has been your Majesty's manifest endeavor, through a reign already of considerable length and of distinguished success, to cultivate the friendship on our part so earnestly desired. It is for this reason that you are honored on this side of the Atlantic as a friend of the American people. The late Prince Consort was with sufficient evidence regarded as your counselor in the same friendly relation. The American people therefore deplore his death and sympathize in your Majesty's irreparable bereavement with an unaffected sorrow. This condolence may not be altogether ineffectual, since we are sure it emanates from only virtuous motives and natural affection. I do not dwell upon it, however, because I know that the divine hand that is wounded is the only one that can heal. And so, commending your Majesty and the Prince Royal, the heir apparent, and all your afflicted family to the tender mercies of God, I remain your good friend, Abraham Lincoln. Dear Madam, though a stranger to you, I cannot remain silent when so terrible a calamity has fallen upon you and your country, and must personally express my deep and heartfelt sympathy with you under the shocking circumstances of your present dreadful misfortune. No one can better appreciate than I can, who am myself utterly broken-hearted by the loss of my own beloved husband, who was the light of my life, my stay, my all, what your sufferings must be, and I earnestly pray that he may be supported by him to whom alone the sorely stricken can look for comfort in this hour of heavy affliction. With the renewed expression of true sympathy, I remain, dear Madam, your sincere friend, Victoria. Madam, I have received the letter which your Majesty has had the kindness to write, and am deeply grateful for its expressions of tender sympathy, coming as they do from a heart which from its own sorrow can appreciate the intense grief I now endure. Accept, Madam, the assurance of my heartfelt thanks, and believe me in the deepest sorrow, your Majesty's sincere and grateful friend, Mary Lincoln.